What's good, y'all? Welcome back to yet another video. What we have here today is the CT Toys Hellverine. So let's go ahead and get them opened up. Actually, first, take a look at this art, bro. This is crazy. And it continues to the side. And I wish they would have gave us some chains with them, bro. But that might have been a little too much to ask for. You can't forget about this, man. Definitely keeping this box. It is very nice. Let's go ahead and get them opened up. Of course, we have a stand, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that off to the side. If I can close the box. There we go. Here is a look at everything in there. I do like the black tray too. Very nice design. Go ahead and just dump all this stuff out. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is move these to the side and take a look at the figure itself. And like I was saying, bro, it's like some yellow paint all over it. Then look at the paint right there. It's like grayish. I don't know if y'all can really see that, but it's like gray right there. Then there's more on the other arm. All the way around, which is very nasty. But the paint everywhere else looks cool. There's a little mark right there. A little hit of black. Paint smudge going right there. But, I mean, it is CT Toys, bro. They're gonna come flawed. They're not Mafex for sure, but they are trying to copy that Mafex style. See if we can get him standing up. What I really want to take a look at is this head sculpt. That looks crazy, bro. Now let's look at some of these accessories. If he will stand. These are probably like the accessories I was excited for the most. They gave us some updated claws for our previous Wolverine. Here are some Hellverine claws, which looks very good. Check these out. Man, these two are, actually they're a little bit different. I was about to say they're the same, but they are a little different. We have our open palm hands. Have a set of those, and then extra head sculpt, which is also very, very nice. So first off, we're gonna get our other CT Toys Wolverine and our Marvel Legends Hellverine out. So give me 1 second, y'all. So here we have the two. And actually, let me get out my other CT Toy. Where's it at? So here is, I think, all the Wolverines I have in my collection right now. We can check out the 3, see how they stack up. Of course, these are pretty much the same. The only thing different would be the belt, I believe. Everything else would be the same. And then, of course, the head. Actually, the hands are a little bit different on the scope right there. I don't know if they're all like that. See how these kind of got like a panel right there? But these don't. They just have these right here. So, that's how these two stack up. They almost, the paint looks a little, yeah, the paint looks a little bit different on this one. A little bit more vibrant. So, let's put him off to the side. Then we'll compare him to our Hellverine. The head sculpts on both of these figures are great. We can compare the claws. Obviously, these claws are much better than these. These still look good though, but these are much better. I argued both of the head sculpts are better too. But I still do like this figure. See how tall he is compared to him. They're about the same height, actually. CT Toys just coming in a little bit shorter. And of course, the Marvel Legends will be a little bit bulkier. But let's go ahead and see if we could change these blades on this Wolverine. Just pop these hands off. And a lot of people have been asking for these anyway out of Mafex. So CT Toys said we'll solve the problem ourselves. Put these up here. Pop that in. And of course, these are going to be my go-tos, bro. These are definitely going to be my go-tos. Look how nice they look. Paint is nice on them. These are definitely the go-tos. So let's set that off to the side. And let's take a look. Well, y'all already know pretty much the rundown on the articulation. So we're going to breeze by it on this one. Of course, have a nice range. Have that Mafex range. Pop that head back in. Of course, you can get them to look all the way around. Can I pop the head back in, please? Actually. Just move the neck a little bit. Then we'll do that. Of course, his arms can go up this high. Have a nice rotation. You have your butterfly joints. They can go back this far. You have your swivel up top at the arm. Double bend at the elbow. Of course, you can get your wrist to do whatever you need it to do. Have your, dang. Kind of move that diaphragm around a little bit. Mine is stiff. Probably gonna have to heat this up. And look at that. Some paint is rubbing right there, so. Pop that back in. Yeah, mine is very stiff. Let's move this belt down. You can rotate it at the waist and move it around. Not really gonna get it to be able to crunch that much. I can get it to go back a little bit, but it's just very stiff, so. It does have a rotation right here, and of course the drop down hips. Kick forward that far, but it will turn. Kick back that far. You have your double jointed knees. You have your toe articulation. These are very stiff as well. And you have your great ankle rotation. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and hop into these accessories. Pop these hands off. Pop these blades up here. Wish you look, bro. These are so nice, bro. And let's do one of the other ones. Popped up there nice and smooth. And I'm not so much worried about the paint, bro, because at the end of the day, this is a $20 figure. So I ain't even crying over it, bro. And it is a KO, so you pretty much know what you're going to get with KO. CT Toys is pretty good about it, but they are bound to have some paint problems, I guess you could say. But right there we have our Wolverine. This figure is so cold, man. Pop our other head up here. Yeah, this is very nice. Now, let's test it out on our other Wolverine. Our other brown suit Wolverine. We're going to pop that other head on him. And this looks good as well. You basically have two Hellverines if you wanted to. If you wanted to go for that type of thing. Let's pop some of these blades up here. This looks good like this too. And this one has the better paint job, so I don't know. I might just make this one my Hellverine. Might just use this as an accessory pack. But let's see how standard head looks on this. I like this because you can mix and match with your other CT Toys. Really, you can use all these accessories and stuff for all three of the CT Toys Wolverine. And that looks good as well, man. If you want to use this as your standard Wolverine, and I'm sure, you know, a A lot of people good with customs or not. I mean, and whatnot. You could make this even a dark Wolverine if you wanted to. Get you some hands. Where I put them other standard claws at. And there we have that, man. That looks good, bro. I definitely recommend picking this up, even if you already have this or this or this, especially if you have this. Definitely recommend picking it up. You're not really going to be able to check if the paint is up to par until you get it, but I think all in all, it's a good figure, man. Check it out. I got mine from AliExpress. Thank y'all for watching this review, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.